Namaskaram to all. Welcome to Clyde Samvada, brought to you by the Hindu Temple of Scotland. If you have been following the Clyde Samvada over the couple of years that we have been running this, we have been running a series on the Vaishnava philosophy. We started with that, and then we have been talking about the different Vaishnava temples. We have had an episode on Sri Rankam, on Tirupati, on Kanjipuram, and couple of weeks back, though we have not talked about Patronage temple entirely, we did talk about Patronage Swamy's Morajabam and Lakshadweepam. That's again linked to the Vaishnava Divya Desam tradition. So in that, we thought today we will talk about Thirunarayanapuram.
Correct. Thirunarayanapuram is the actual Sthala name. It is also otherwise called as Melkote.
Melkote. And this is part of Karnataka?
Yes, it is close to Mysore. Yeah. So,
and how did this temple come? What's the history story of the temple like?
Yeah, so this one is what we call Sri Vaishnavism, Vishnu temple, and the Lord remains there in the name of Thirunarayanan, Sriman and it is a very interesting Purana, Itikasa connection, and also the recent Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya connection. As we have covered earlier, like you mentioned, Divya Desams. There are 108 Divya Desams, of which 106 are in this earth, all across India. And why do we say Divya Desam? Is these are the actual geographical temples as sung by 12 Alvars, Vaishnava Alvars. And they are all those songs constitute together as a Nalayra Divya Prabandham. Nalayra means 4,000.
Yes.
But this temple, for a change, is not a Divya Desam.
Oh, okay.
So this is not sung by any of the 12 Alvars.
Oh.
Like this, there are certain Divya Desams, the temples.
Non-Divya Desams.
For example, if more I can tell you in the context of Kerala.
Okay.
Thirunarayanapuram is a Divya Desam,
yes,
because Nammalvar has sung 10 pasurams.
Okay.
Likewise, we generally say Malayala Nattu Divya Desam. Malayalam means Kerala region. There are like 13 Divya Desams.
Yes.
But strangely, Guruvayur is not a Divya Desam.
Correct.
It's somehow just they toss not. But we still take Guruvayur as a very most important as a Abhimana Sthalam. So there is a two minute terminology. One is Divya Desam we say, some we say Abhimana Sthalam. Abhimana Sthalam, which is very close to our heart. So this Melkote, Thirunarayanapuram, is Abhimana Sthalam.
Okay.
For example, Sri Ramanuja, he is born, the place he born is Sri Perumbudur near Kanchipuram. But Sri Perumbudur is not a Divya Desam, but it is Abhimana Sthalam, because it is most holy revered to us, like what we have Kaladi for Adi Shankaracharya. Like that we do.
There's in fact a GR Swamigal who is at Sri Villiputur also, right?
Yes, Sri Villiputur and Sri Perumbudur.
Yes.
In this, so even there is a GR in Thirunarayanapuram.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So this Thirunarayanapuram, geographically, it is when you go from Bangalore towards Mysore.
Okay.
Then the in between after there is a like Sri Rangapatna and Pandavapura, and from there the land actually that's all Kaveri fertile area, and slightly there is a hill starts. That hill towards from Pandavapura, just on the like a kind of triangle, Mysore, Pandavapura, and Melkote is a hilltop.
Oh, okay.
So that is also one reason. In those times, the Chalukya kings and all those things, they had a small fort on the top of a hillocks. That's why it's another name is called Melkota. Kota means fort, and it's on the top. Melkota. And also from people for us in Tamil Nadu, since it is on the west, it's a Mel also Merk. Merk is west. So that's called Melkota. When you go there, it's by the roads. When you go, it's very beautiful, serene, rich of rice fields, all the forest and things. So it's very pleasant area. Throughout the year, you feel very cold, as much like in Glasgow. That's how the specialty of Melkota. And there resides this temple, Thirunarayanapuram. And the presiding deity is called Sriman Narayana. And then how these names have come, this place is called by various names.
Okay.
One of them back in Krita Yuga or Satya Yuga, Brahma was wanted Vishnu or some form of deity, Archa Rupam, for his daily puja, and Vishnu has given his image, very long, 6 feet tall, same like Tirumala Venkata, but this one with 4 hands, Shanga Chakra, Abhayahasta and Gatha, so Sriman Narayana, and he was worshipping. and later Brahma got his Manasaputra, Sanat Kumara Rishis, you know, the group of Sanat Kumara Rishis, he gave them to them to do the puja. And then those Sanat Kumara Rishis brought them down south to this place. It was at that time, it was full of forest, hillock place, and they started worshipping there. That's why it is near the hill, and then Narayana was there. This place was called as Narayanadri.
Narayanadri.
Adri
as in mountain.
Narayanadri. So that was in Krita Yuga. In Treta Yuga, we all know the another Rishi, Dattatreya. So Dattatreya was doing lot of penance, tapas, and at that time he wanted to go to Badri. Badrigashramam, which is in the top of Himalayas.
Badrinath.
So there Badrinath, you know, the Badrinath in the top is, it's one of the Chardham. There are two mountains. Essentially those two mountains are the Sriman Narayana. Though mountains are Narayana, where Vishnu appears himself as a Nara, like a human form, Narayana, and he did the Upadesam. So those two hills are the Badrigashramam. So he wanted to see that. At that time the Badrinath, he appeared and said, you are already in south, you don't need to take staying. Go to this place in Narayanadri and do the worship. So that's why there's another name for this Melkote is Dakshina Badri. So Badrigashramam in the north, Badrinath. Since it is southern side, it's called Dakshina Badri. So that is the connection in Treta Yuga. And in Dwapara Yuga, there was another interesting thing. Again, when we look at most of the Vishnu temple, there is a complete continuation. Since initially in the Krita Yuga, Brahma gave that big Murti, he didn't have any other Vishnu. So again he went to Vishnu, prayed for, can you give me another deity? This time he gave the deity with a relatively small but still quite big, in a Panchaloka gold, like a Utsava Vigraha, with Sri Devi, Bhudevi. And then he was worshipping that in Brahmaloka. And in Treta Yuga, like when Dattatreya was here, we all know what happened in Ramayana. Rama was worshipping the Ranganatha Swamy in Ayodhya.
Correct. In fact, that is the Kuladevam for
Rama, fact, the Ishwaku Kula.
Correct.
And after that, he gave that as to Vibhishana, and Vibhishana took it away and he decided to be in Srirangam. So, since Rama has given his own Kuladeva Vigraha to Vibhishana, he didn't have anything. So, at this time, Brahma, out of compassion, Rama didn't have any Vigraha, so I should give this. So he gave this Utsava Murti to Ayodhya when Rama was there, after all the Pattabhishekam. And after Ramayana, that Vigraham was taken to Kusha.
Yes.
So since it is done puja with utmost affection from Rama, that Vigraham came to call as Ramapriya. It's a Vishnu Vigraham. Since the puja was done by Rama, none other than Rama itself, it became Ramapriya. So that Ramapriya came to Kusha, Lavakusha. And if you see the lineage of Kusha, it directly went into Dwapara Yuga as a Yadu dynasty.
Correct.
Yadav. So that Yadu dynasty, so it all came to that Vigraha, came in Dwapara Yuga to Balarama and Krishna. That Utsava Vigraha. So when Balarama and Krishna were doing sanchara all over the India, South India and everything, when they went to this Melkote, at that time, it was called Narayanadri or Dakshina Badri. They saw astounding this big Sriman Narayana, and he was so much liking of the similarities of what they have, this Ramapriya.
Of their own Vigraha that they have with them.
So then that it is more, because they also realize it's the end of Dwapara Yuga, and they need to go back to Vaikunta. So they safely brought from Mathura, the Dwaraka, this Ramapriya Vigraha. So if you go now to Thirunarayanapuram, Melkote, you will see the Mula Vigraha, very gigantic Thirunarayana, Srivan Narayana. And the Vigraha is called Ramapriya. Same like in Tirumala, you have like a Venkatachalapati and then Malayappa Swamy. In Sriranga, you have Ranganatha reclining and there is a Ranganatha or Namperumal. We say. Like that in Melkote, we have Sriman Narayana, Thirunarayana. Thiru is equivalent of Sri in Tamil. And this Ramapriya. This is how it came in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Dwapara Yuga. Now you will see what is Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, what has happened again in the 9th, 10th century due to all this invasion, the early Mughals and things. people were being affected, the kingdoms were plundered, the local all the way from Kalaba Kalam we say.
But this is Karnataka, right? So Karnataka would was it like more of Tipu Sultan time?
Tipu Sultan is much later. This is more like 10th century.
Okay.
At that time, the early Delhi Sultan period, early Sultan, not Mughal, pre-Mughal.
Okay.
So all those things happen. And the people deserted the place. It's a very local, small village. People deserted all those things and became the forest over the time. And now then, at the same time, Ramanuja was here in Tamil Nadu, in Srirangam.
Okay. Bhakti movement.
Bhakti movement. Sri Ramanuja was there. And we have touched this upon in the early 2 episodes of Ramanujacharya life history. During that time in Srirangam, Tiruchi, the Chola king was a very proper, very hardcore Shaiva king. And that made Ramanuja to escape from his
he went around
threat. Ramanuja has to leave the Chola kingdom because that Shaiva king was forcing, you should not say Narayana as the supreme, but then Ramanuja's disciple Kurathalwan and Periyanambi, they went there disguising as a Kurathalwan went in disguise as a Ramanuja, and when he fought with the argument, debate, eventually he lost his eyes. But Ramanuja, he persuaded Ramanuja, his guru, no, you should not be here. It's a threatening for your life. Please, you leave. So he became, even though as a sannyasi, he took like a white cloth, went in horse or with others' help, left the Chola kingdom. He moved westwards through Coimbatore. And then he eventually entered this place called Melkote.
Okay.
It was in the year, I think, 1096 AD. So by the time he was almost 87, 88 years old.
Oh, he was that old when he had to leave from Chola kingdom and go to Melkote.
Yes. Because we all know Ramanuja lived for a Purna Ayusu, which is 120 years. But at the age of 87, 88, he left for Melkote. And when he went, it was completely forest, nothing, no facility was there. There was a very big ant hill covering all those things. So he was just wondering, he's a very big scholarship, always in thinking of Narayana. He thought, let us clear what is his anthill. Then he offered, after clearing anthill, some milk and tirtha. Then he found this very big Sriman Narayana, because all this over the years of from Dwapara Yuga, when into the early stages of Kali Yuga, the puja was continuing. But after this, Mughal people left the place. It becomes like a big forest. Then he rescued the Murti and he installed at the foothills of the Narayanadri or Dakshina Badri. And since it is done by him, even now it is called as Yadugiri. Because Yadava, Balarama and Krishna did the Pratishtha of the Ramapriya, Yadavagiri. Also, since it is done by Yatiraja, Yatiraja is the king of saints. So it is also another name called as Yadugiri. Yadavagiri, Yadugiri. Yadavagiri is for Krishna Balarama.
Ramapriya.
Yadugiri is done by Ramanuja.
Wonderful.
And then he slowly rested. And we all know Ramanuja is not only a spiritual person, but also a very social reformist. And that time he did all the administration accounts of the whole town, Melkote. He laid the consecration of the temple.
In the year 90, in his 90s almost.
Yeah, in the year 1100, close to around that. He did that. He engaged all the communities of the society in that place. Even today, the records are there and people follow by that edicts what he has prescribed. Engage, no discrimination. And he is the one who actually opened the temple for everyone. And that's the reason behind that is, when he consecrated the Mulava Murti, he wanted to do the Brahmotsava. But Brahmotsava cannot be done with the 6 feet. So the Utsava Vigraha was missing. So he was so worried.
Vigraha.
Yes. So he was so worried what to do with the Utsava Vigraha like we have in Srirangam or in Tirumala. Then Narayana appeared in the dream. He said, you are looking for Utsava Vigraha, but I am not here. He has been taken away by the Delhi Sultanate all the way to Delhi. So he then with his disciple, he went all the way by foot in that time. To Delhi Sultan received him with utmost respect, and he asked, and then Ramana said, see, I'm in search of one Vigraha Utsava idol. Where is it? He said, see, I go around India in search of all this wealth. It's all there. It's all in that other room where my daughter is all having those. You can go and check over there. And when he went over there, and daughter's name is called Bibi Lachima. So she was actually young lady girl playing with all these very beautiful gold vigraha deities, and Ramanuja was requesting, and the Raja said, Sultan said, and how do you know so many? How do you know? Then he did a full tapasya meditation in thanking of Ramanuja, Ramapriya, and then he said, Varir Selva Pillai.
Vari Selva Pillai.
Varir means
Varir,
please
Rama,
come,
okay, please.
Selva Pillai, my dear child.
Okay.
So Ramanuja was saying, immediately among all those vigrahas, one of the vigrahas literally came by walk and sat on the laptop.
Oh.
That's why lap of the Ramanuja.
Oh.
So that's why he is called Selva Pillai, means very my dear darling child in Tamil, Kannada. So that's why if you go to many Karnataka people, they have this name Cheluvanarayana. Cheluvanarayana means Selva Narayanan. Selva Pillai, Cheluva Pillai. Selva Pillai they say in Kannada. So he called him, and since he came with so much of Vatsalya, his name is also called as Sampat Kumaran. Kumaran child. Sampat means with so divine.
Just like your second name. Okay.
Yeah, that is my father's name, Sampat Kumaran. So Sampat Kumaran is the name assigned to this Ramapriya. And then he gave the permission, the Delhi Sultanate, he took. But again, this baby, she could not bear missing the idol. So she also followed with Ramanuja. And even today, you could see there is a place under the lotus feet of Vigraha, 2 feet of Utsava Vigraha. There is a Nachimar. Some people, they say Lakshmi. Some people say it's a BB Nachimar. The same thing happened later in 14th century in Sri Rangam. So we have covered this in Sri Rangam episode.
Yes. Again, going around, like the
going around, and also the same thing from Delhi, the Ranganatha Vigraha was to be rescued. So there is some similarities. So after coming back, then the temple was modernized by Ramanuja with both Narayana and also the Ramapriya or Selva Pillai, and he engaged all those people. At that time, the Vishnuvardhana king was the local Karnataka king in that region in Pandya, in the Mysore Mandya region. And he was a kind of Jain patronage in the Jainism. At that time, all the Saravana Belagula Jainism, all those Jaini scholars were there. So they all thought for a debate with Ramanuja, how you can say Jainism and all our Hindu tattvas. So there is a nearby place next to Mysore in Melkote called Salagramam. There is a different, the name sounds similar, but Salagramam. So where Ramanuja said, I will be there, you all come and ask your questions on Tattva, but there will be a screen behind. So, and there are thousands of Jaini scholars came on asking, and he answered them in parallel. How this was possible, because we all know Ramanuja behind the screen was not Ramanuja, he is actually 1,000-headed Adisesha. So even if you go to Shalagram, there is a small Narasimha temple, and there is a sanctum of Ramanuja appearing with 1,000-headed Adisesha, and there where he did the debate with the Jainas. And what has after happened is all those in those times, when you have the academic debates, whoever lost should convert to the other belief. So all the Jainisa people have become Sri Vaishnavas. So that's one of the biggest reform he had made in that region, in Mysore, Karnataka region. And there became a devout Sri Vaishnava devotees. And then he not only did this academic thing, lot of social activities. So if you go there, there is a very big lake. It's called, in Tamil we call Tondanur Lake. In Karnataka they call Tunnur Lake. So he made the lakes himself with all the help of local community people, getting water from Kaveri region, and that Tunnur Lake served as a very big irrigation source of water for the irrigation in that region. So like this he had done. And when he brought Ramapriya all the way through by foot from Delhi, lot of local tribe people from the forest, they all helped him in carrying by the thing. So even today, they are those local tribe people in and around Mysore Mandya are given special respects into the temple. And in those times, they were not allowed into the temple. But Ramanuja is the first one Acharya who allowed everyone. In fact, they have been given the name called Tirukulathar. So this name is very interesting. We may also found resonance with other thing. Nowadays we call by different names the medias. So Tirukulathar means, Tiru means Lakshmi, or Vishnus. So the people who have come from Lakshmi and Narayana,
their own kulam.
That name is actually none other than Harijan. So when you say Harijan, Jana people, Hari is from Hari. So that Harijan, the source of word is from Tirukulathar. Ramanuja advocated all those people administrating how many utsavas to happen, how the fertile, the produce of the nearby field come to the temple, so people can cook and can be distributed to the society. All those revolutionary things he did. And also he was so mesmerized by the presence of Melkote, the Sriman Narayana, and also the Utsavamurti, Selvapriya. So they have a very big annual festivals.
Oh.
So couple of them I can mention. The day when he discovered from that ant hill, the Sriman Narayana, is actually next week. It is February 1st this year, which is Thai Masam or Makara Masam Pushya Nakshatra.
Okay.
It's always come with Paurnami. So that's the day where in Melkote, this Utsava of the Avatar Dana of Sri Thirunarayana is happening there.
Okay.
And another one is Panguni Utsava. Not Panguni Uttara. Before that, there is a Punarvasu Pushya Nakshatra again in the month of Panguni, the one before Vishu. That's the day Vairamudi. So this, the one I say Makara Pushyam, Thai Pushyam, is for the Mulava Murti Sriman Narayana. The next one, Vairamudi, is a Garuda Vahana Utsava for the Utsava Murti Ramapriya, Selvapriya. What is the significance of this is, many years ago, like in Dwapara Yuga, there was a Asura called Virochana, and he grabbed the crown, crown of Vishnu, and he went and put it somewhere under the ocean. And Garuda, he went all the way down to the ocean and got it and brought it and gave it back to Krishna in Mathura. That is actually given then Krishna Balarama offered this to their Ramapriya. And that is called Vairamudi. It is also called by another name as Vainadeya Mudi, because Vainadeya is another name of Garuda. Since Garuda brought it, it's called Vainadeya Mudi. So what is the specialty of this Vairamudi is, it's one of the biggest diamond collections you will see in the world.
Oh, in
it's
the temple?
Like this big.
Oh.
And it is currently under the treasury of Karnataka government.
Oh.
And it's placed in Mysore. It is
in the Mysore kingdom or in the temple?
No, right now with the Karnataka state government.
Oh, okay.
But it's placed in the Mysore. And the temples, the Mysore Maharajas and the family, for them the Kuladevata is also the Vishnu, this temple, Melkote. And they preserve this. Why it is so special is, it is unpolished diamond. So even you won't see, appreciate, but it is huge. And that is offered to the crown of Shelvapillai and then Garuda Vahana. So this happens roughly between mid-March to mid-April.
Oh, that's why it's called Vajramudi.
Vairamudi because of diamonds. Vairamudi.
Oh, Vairam kept in the head.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a very big crown. So that is taken with like what you have in Shabarimala and they big Pandala Maharaja. Like that, it is brought with utmost respect from Mysore and offered to the day only once in a year. And that year, that day, Vairamudi Seva, we used to say in our Seva, have you not seen Vairamudi Garuda Seva procession? It runs for non-stop throughout the night. Thousands of devotees assembled in Melkote and they have the Garuda Seva darshan. So these are things Ramanuja said. And also the another thing, Ramanuja towards his end of life, he stayed in Melkote only around 12 years. Because he was also getting old and he has to do the remaining administrative work back in Srirangam. So he returned back after 12 years in Srirangam. But whatever the social reforms and administrative things, he allotted everyone who can open the temple, who can maintain the temple, who can maintain the granaries, the wheat, the paddy, all those things, who can do the Pushpa Kaingariam, all those things, who can chant, everything. He replicated whatever he did in Mysore back in Srirangam. So that's what we all follow in most of the Vishnu temple. So these are the things he had done. And towards the end, he has given 6 commandments.
Okay.
And why we need to understand that 6 commandments in relation to this. One of them, he said, everyone should study Sri Bhashyam and understand the meaning of Brahma Sutra. And one should memorize and practice all the Tamil Alvars and Nalari Divya Prabandham. Third one, he said, everyone should visit as much of Divya Desams and do the service. And the next one, he said, is try to do as much as human service, like Manava Seva is Madhava Seva. And the last one, he said, is at least for 1 year, even if it is a small hut, you should live in Melkote. So that is one of his commandments of these 6. That one Sri Vaishnava must live in Melkote, spending in Kaingariam to Sri Narayana and the Chelvapillai, Sampath Kumara.
Okay.
So that's the significance of this Melkote.
And it's very similar to like in Vrindavan, they say that like you have to stay in Vrindavan.
Vraj, yes.
Vraj Desh and Vraj Bhumi. And like the other thing was also interesting, like just like for Ayyappa Swamy, the Tanga Angi, it's again gold ornaments and all of that, which taken for the Magara Sankranti time, for the final Magara Valakku day is when that is kind of taken. Similar to this again Magara Masam, Pushya Nakshatram.
So that's a lot of things with the Uttarayan. It's not only the Vairamudi, it comes with a very big emblem.
Oh.
And that is always adorned to the Utsavamurti Sampath Kumara, Chelvapillai. And that is very unique because it's a two-headed bird.
Oh.
It's called Ganda Perunda Parundu. Like that.
Okay.
So Dvikandam.
Two
It's a
Garuda.
Ekagandam, but two-headed. So that is actually, that jewel belongs to this temple. It comes from Mysore treasury. And that's why the Karnataka state emblem, even today, is this one.
Oh. So
for simple,
like,
people were simple, easy to relate when I say Karnataka state official emblem. Just think of what is the logo of KSRTC buses. It is this one.
Karnataka state.
So that is a lot of things. And the Melkote, on the hilltop, there is a small hill, very difficult to climb, not many, like 300, 400 steps. There is a Lakshmi Narasimha, the Yoga Narasimha Sannadhi is there. It's very, very powerful deity. People go, climb and do all the prarthana there, and then they come to onto the foothills, this temple, to have darshan of Sri Narayana and Ramapriya. So towards the end, Ramanuja's appearances came in 3 different vigrahas.
Okay.
One of them is where he did samadhi in Srirangam, and above it's buried under, and above is called the Sriranga Ramanuja Muni.
Okay.
And that is called Thanana Tirumeni, means his own body.
Okay.
And in Sri Vaishnavism, where he was born, he transferred all his bhakti, the spirits, his tapas to the Vigraham is called Than Uganda Tirumeni, where he transferred his power. Than Uganda Tirumeni, Sri Vaishnavism, where he born. Then the third one in Melkote here, there he transferred all his powers, and also all the disciples liked it so much. It is called Tamar Uganda Tirumeni. So in fact, when 2017 was the 1000th year of Ramanuja Jayanti, for that the central government released a stamp, and that stamp of Ramanuja Vigraha is actually from this temple, Melkote.
Okay.
So that you can see. So there are a lot of many things people can look around. The Ramanuja Sannadhi in Thirunarayanapuram is most famous. There are very big temples, Pushkarani, the ponds, the Tirtha, Kalyani Tirtham is very auspicious, where people wholly dip and then go to have darshan on these things. So that's a thing for all about Melkote.
And that when you say like in Melkote, like what, like in the first one it was him buried under. In the second one it was his powers being transferred. Here what was done?
He also had transferred his divine power, and also his Sishyas, disciple. Tamar means Tamar Uganda Tirumeni. So that's how his Vigraha is more, very beautiful Vigraha. When you see any Abhishekam of Ramanuja in Melkote, it will be very mesmerizing. And that's how the more features I could cover on the Melkote. I will conclude with the Mangala Slokam of Thirunarayanapuram. So Kamala Kuchakasturi Kartamangda Vakshase Yadavatri Nivasaya Sampath Putra Yamangalam Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha.
Namaskaram. Thank you, Anna, for enlightening us on the Melkote temple.
Thank you. Always welcome.